Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Conservative Circle. I'm back after taking a short break, or more like 3 weeks, which I don't think that's short. I'm finally back. So today's episode is going to be, I'm going to talk about a few moments from the Florida gubernatorial debate that took place on Thursday, July 2nd. It was hosted by the PBD podcast. So if you have not watched it, you got to go check it out. It was a great debate. First, let's talk about the debate poll. Fishback won this debate, obviously. 79% say Fishback won the debate, 14% Renner, and 7% Collins. And that makes sense. Collins did terrible on the debate stage. But you know who wasn't there? Of course, Byron Donalds, DEI hire. But a new poll came out on X showing Fishback leading with 43%, Byron Donalds 40%. Byron Donalds will post polls showing how he leads with, 50 something percent, which is totally not true. I don't believe that poll at all. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins has sued the DeSantis administration due to, he says that Fishback does not meet the resident requirement to run for governor. If anyone, I think Fishback does meet the requirements to run for governor. He's lived in Florida all of his life, while Jay Collins only moved here in 2019. And there's a video. So I'm going to play that clip. So watch this.
Grew up in a small town, just like I did.
Where was it? Where did I grow up?
I think you grew up in a small town in Florida.
Where did I grow up? Here in
I think
Florida.
you called Madison home, right?
I grew up here in Florida, right? All right, case closed. Drop the lawsuit.
Oh, really?
So there's also another clip to that part. So watch this.
We're not going to discuss that, and the reality is...
Why not? Why don't we discuss the fact that a Montana man hired a California lawyer to sue Governor DeSantis' administration to remove a fourth-generation Floridian from your ballot? You're trying to steal the election with Byron Donalds.
Because the reality is, this isn't about large clicks. It's not about the games you play.
You literally just said I'm from Florida, and now you're suing me because I'm not from Florida. Will you drop the lawsuit, yes or no?
James?
You're trying to steal the election like the Democrats did to President Trump.
There you go again, James.
So Jay Collins moved here in 2019. Fishback was born here in 1995, lived here his entire life, and Jay Collins is suing Fishback. For what reason? He meets the requirements. Jay Collins meets the requirements. He moved here in 2019, though. If anyone, he should be out of the race. And Paul Renner, who I do like Paul Renner. I think he's similar to Fishback a little bit. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. So the only one running in this race that was born in Florida is James Fishback. Now moving on, Jay Collins actually, he did so bad on the debate stage. I keep saying that, but he did terrible. And now watch this clip.
Listen to this. Let me be clear on this, guys. All three of us are very wary of hyperscalers. You should be afraid. They're selling you snake oil, and it's a problem. But we have to make sure we have guardrails because nothing in life is static. It continues to evolve.
I want to thank Kamala Harris for the word salad.
Thank you.
All right, we will be right back after this short break. Are you an America First content creator? Want to join a team of creators breaking the stigma of left and right and encouraging real conversations? Well, join the Creator Hub.
We're looking for people who are passionate about news, politics, cultures, technology, and telling stories that matter. Interview for a chance to join one of the fastest growing networks of independent creators, podcasters, commentators, and journalists. If you're ready to make your voice heard and be part of something bigger, apply today to the Creator Hub.
Now we're going to move on to an issue that is increasing here in Florida, data centers, which Byron Donalds wants big tech. He wants data centers here. And Jay Collins also, I think. I think that Jay Collins is a mini Byron Donalds. Of course, he's shorter. So that's why he's a mini Byron Donalds. Let's watch this clip about data centers.
To build a large experimental data center at a neighborhood here in Broward County or up in Sumter County, and you had the opportunity to stop it, to ban new experimental data centers in Florida, would you do that, yes or no?
I'm not going to give you a yes or no. I'm going to.
So he would not answer the question. He said, I will not give you a yes or no. So kind of giving the politician answer. But politicians don't like to give you a yes or no answer for some reason. Yeah, and then also Paul Renner also kind of grills Jay. So watch this real quick.
Jay, you've said that it's not possible for the state to regulate hyperscale data centers at the state level. Why do you believe that is? And if you believe the state shouldn't be involved, why did you sponsor a bill to give them permanent tax incentives at the expense of everybody watching tonight?
Well, Paul, that's a great question. You're doing what often is the case. You're misrepresenting. The simple fact is this: I believe in local governments. I believe in the local government's right to enforce and take care of business. And yeah, I did. But Paul, do you think that you've learned things? Did I run that bill? I did. But the simple fact is this, Paul.
I learned you ran the bill.
Paul, you gonna let me finish, or are you gonna play the same games? Come on. Jeez Louise, man.
Jay, I've asked you a simple question. I'm not playing games.
So you saw again, he would not answer questions. I don't understand why he did so terrible on the debate stage. Yeah. So who do you want for governor? Do you want Byron Donalds? DEI hire? Didn't earn it. He won't show up to a debate. Or do you want someone who shows up to a debate, who just made history by visiting all 67 counties in the state of Florida? That'd be James Fishback. So the guy with the most money, or a guy who shows up. He showed up to all 67 counties. Made history. That's a question I want to leave you with. But before we leave, we have a new segment here on Conservative Circle called Tecks Take. So our editor does Tecks Take. So let's go ahead and do that segment. Watch that segment.
Well, I've tried to stay out of this as long as I can because I like having a career. Nonetheless, I spent an hour of my life analyzing the Florida gubernatorial debate without Byron Donalds, and it's honestly funny watching three people with a combined polling of 15% blow up as if they're going to win the election. Maybe James Fishback can hit a huge three to cut Donalds' lead to 42. In any case, despite the fireworks of Jay Collins and James Fishback arguing back and forth about lawsuits, they all agreed with each other for the most part. Every candidate was kissing up to Ron DeSantis. Every candidate hates Byron Donalds, and every candidate agreed on most of the same issues, including, sadly, a cell phone ban in K-12 schools.
Ban cell phones during school day in K-12. All right.
Half the debate was also spent showing who is the biggest data center hater in Florida, and it's James Fishback by far.
And things will continue. The reality is, do you believe that all data centers are exactly the same?
Yes, I think they're all bad. I think
You think they're all bad?
I think they're terrible.
They also agreed on affordability being a top issue and had different plans on lowering costs, mostly revolved around getting private equity out of the market, fighting insurance fraud, and deporting illegal immigrants and banning H-1Bs, with James Fishback claiming Amazon told a job applicant they couldn't apply because they were hiring H-1B workers instead. So who won the race to get second place in Florida? Paul Renner.
DeSantis described those 2 years that I led as unmatched. And when I led the Florida House, conservatives won every battle.
Paul Renner is basically James Fishback with more accomplishments, and while Collins has decent ideas about making data center legislation go to the county and city officials instead of to the state, he gave long-winded Kamala-esque answers. Enjoy!
Let me be clear on this, guys. All three of us are very wary of hyperscalers. You should be afraid. They're selling you snake oil, and it's a problem. But we have to make sure we have guardrails because nothing in life is static.
Jay.
It continues to evolve.
I want to thank Kamala Harris for the word salad.
Thank you.
It gets worse when he was asked about how they can improve schools in Florida.
Yeah, so let's look at what we have here. Number one, we have to be aware of the cyber footprint of our kids. Have you ever sat back and looked at K through 12 and the cyber footprint we find our kids in? Guys, it's scary. I have an 11 and 14-year-old in the house. Everything they do is through a third-party app. Everything in their life is tracked online. Everything is there, and their frontal lobes aren't fully developed. Guys,
Yeah, I have no idea what that has to do with schooling. And when he's talking about higher education and Chinese influence, this is what he had to say on that issue as well.
the most exciting thing that was going on was fusion, utilization and a better standardization of local, state, and federal assets. It's good government working together. You also have to bring in your university system for that. You have to make sure that operations, training, you have to make sure that communication, cyber, intelligence are all there. We have to have clear communication, better threat understanding.
Yeah, I agree. We should have clear communication, but I have no idea what you said, and I don't think you know what you said at the end of that sentence as well. As for James Fishback, he was charismatic and on point most of the time.
Quick thumbs up, thumbs down. Who would do paid maternity leave for working moms in Florida?
Here. You're the only one that's doing it, and I'm being respectful to you. I'm very tolerant, but you've crossed the line.
For the
Go
people
for it.
watching at home, that's Jay Collins' wife. The other two wives are well behaved.
No, it's not Jay
actually
Collins'
not, James,
wife.
and don't talk about my wife.
It's not Jay Collins.
So yeah, James Fishback was obviously playing for the cameras, trying to get viral clips. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for you. I'm the tech boy for Conservative Circle. This is Tecks Take. Please don't nuke me, guys. God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.
Well, thank you all for watching today's episode. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next week.